Okay, I think I'm back after a sizable uh, snack break, getting readjusted. Okay, and I know I said salsa something about how like I was gonna put the salsa in a can or something like that. I think there is canned salsa as like canned dips because I know that there's canned French onion dip made by Frito-Lay. I don't know if El Paso does that. Anyway, like I said, I'm back. We're back. Here's another one of those hidden spoils. What a name, yeah. Okay. Well. Ah, goodness. You know, I eventually may want to, strange as it sounds, use a crossbow. If I find a good enough one, I'll stick with it. Just because the higher minimum damage is kind of neat. Required Spirit 206, huh? Well, I'm okay with that because our guy's focus isn't on that. And as I've said before, my use of collective terms like our, we, etc. Like, look, I don't look too far into it. I'm not gonna look too far into it at all. I just slip into that from, like I've said before, the Let's Plays and stuff that I watched over the years of people doing Let's Plays using that kind of language. It just kind of slipped into my lexicon. So I'll use that stuff interchangeably, probably in all of my gaming videos. Oh, goodness. Going to have to keep wading knee-deep in the dead to get through here. And the undead. I'm not really sure what to call these things, because, I mean, I know that it calls them, like, aether corruptions or whatever, but, yeah. Oh, goodness. How exciting. I didn't expect to be rushed down by, by anything, really, let alone just some random mob. Alright. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Nothing too bad, nothing too gnarly for us. Now we look at the map. You kind of see what I'm getting at here. Like, that's blocked. I think in some areas the block... Now, don't quote me. Okay, quote me on this, but if you do, make it a complete quote, that I am not certain if this is the case here, but I am fairly certain, but not entirely, that it is the case elsewhere at a minimum. That the rocks and stuff on the map are, like, not always in the same spot. If that makes sense? I think there's like a semi-random... Oh, good grief. There's a semi-random element, I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by a barrage of horrific damage. Let's get out of the giant puddle of acid, huh? Just gonna keep summoning spiders, or what? Okay. A fire spider, huh? Okay. I mean, there's been fire dogs, electric dog, well, dog things. Dog-shaped entities. Oh, goodness! Alright. Alright. Wow. Okay. Heroic spoils. I just noticed that that's what they're called. Okay. 105 armor, yeah, I'll take it. When the armor difference is that big, yeah, 155. I'm just gonna take the armor at this point. I'm not really caring too much about my resistances. What is my fire resistance? 80%? Yeah, that explains that. Okay, yeah, we'll just... What's that meme? Tranquil, at peace, in my lane. Hydrated. Nourished. Staying in my lane. Or wherever. The guy in the hot tub. It's like, yeah, alright, whatever. I'll just chill in this fiery stuff. Alright. Okay, so we're getting pants. I mean, of any other kind of, like, of all of the kinds of, of gear, I want a better weapon, like a considerably better weapon. Jerk. I saw that from off screen. I'm just gonna see if I can tank through some of this. I definitely can. That's cute that they try to run behind you. It's like, yeah, okay, pal. Just get shot in the head for your trouble, jerk. Now then. That's kind of what I meant by the bifurcation thing. Is that it's just kind of... I don't know. Again, I'm not even against having sprawling areas per se. It's just something about how it all comes together in this specific instance that just makes me just kind of not a fan of this specific area, the Warden Cellar in specific. Like, it feels like a section of the game that could have been cut out completely or replaced completely with something else. And the game, I'm not saying the game would be better, but it is a statement whenever something can be cut out completely in the game, would it be worse? Does that make sense? Like, I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying it gives me this sense of ennui. This just kind of like, meh. You know, it's kind of like a normal ham and cheese sandwich. That there's nothing like particularly good about it, just ham and cheese on bread with no condiments. It's like, you know, I'll take it. It's not a bad thing. It's not bad. I just it's the if there ever was an emoticon for like 5 out of 10 on a fair scale, it's that. It's just that. Just shrug. Yeah, if I had to describe my emotions towards this part of the game, it would just be the word shrug. Like in a solid, like just in a single word, in a solid way, it would just be shrug. Just Now, here's the thing. I want to activate the shrine over here. I also don't. I'm going to do it because I'm thick-headed. Yes, I kind of anticipated this would be about the result. Here's hoping I don't eat dirt from this terrible decision I've made. See, these things ain't that bad on, like, normal. But on Oh goodness, I have made a terrible mistake. Oh man, I am dead. I am shocked I am not dead. Wow. Alright. Okay, it's a good thing that the murder linebackers are faster than everything else, so kind of split them from the group and take care of them. That's not a dead end, is it? Okay. It's moments like these when you're made aware in a horrible manner why dead ends are called dead ends. Yeah, I want to pick up the loot, bro. That's what I was trying to do there. Thank you. Goodness. Well, at any rate, I'm glad I've got this distance here. I want to just kind of loop back around. I don't like all the ads, but we can power through them. Hopefully when we take this guy out, his ads go with him. Yeah, there we go. Great, 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 great. Now, was that enough for the shrine? Well, I guess before we do any of that, let's go sell some of this stuff, huh? Sorry for that. Look, if I'm having sinus issues, I'm just gonna be a human about it. Alright. I'm a human. Sorry. Not sorry. For that, at least. Well, let's get rid of all this stuff. Plus 32 health regenerated per second, and plus 20% pierce and poison and acid resistance. That's actually stupendous. Yeah. Wow. I'm glad I looked at that. Wow, that's kind of got us set for some stuff right there. Yeah, wow. You know, I didn't think that there was going to be something that good, like just chilling out. But yeah, wow, okay. Uh, 24 armor on a belt. I'm not sure that I'm not sure that armor is what I'm really getting. That I'm really trying to get from a belt. The 20% poison and acid resistance is what's really grabbing me there, but that takes off. Swapping fire for poison and acid and lightning. I'll take that. I'll make that trade. I'd rather have good lightning and again poison and acid because there's just so many pools of poison and acid, as you've probably noticed. I think it's like, why wouldn't I, right? Plus 29 health regenerated a second. Plus 22% pierce and fire, 26% fire resistance. I think I'm gonna hold on to that, actually. Again, stacking as much health regenerated per second. But that pierce resistance is pretty good. I'm not sure how much in the game does pierce damage. But like, just having like kind of esoteric damage resistance is pretty good. Like damage that I'm not even sure when I take it. It's like, yes, I want to be resistant to the damage I am unaware of. Because that's the most dangerous kind of damage, if you think about it. Right? Now watch, pierce damage is done by like 2 enemies in the game, and they're both in a single area or some stupid stuff like that. I don't know why I'm using mine. There we go. Picked up the mouse for that. Now here's something I want to look at. We've got a good amount of these. I still want to save them, unless I use them on weapons, mind you, for like more for the end of the game. Oh yeah, we had these pants. 12% elemental resistance. 5% chance to avoid melee attacks? Okay. Okay, I wish I had a way of knowing how much energy I was regenerating a second. I feel like I do somewhere. If I do, I don't know where, though. I thought you could just hover over this and it would tell you. Well, now we've got that Maven Sphere of Protection on, but I'm not sure I really want that. It's not like we're using our stuff for anything else, mind you. See, watch in the bottom right. We seem to be regenerating it kind of fast. Our energy. Yeah, I actually want to keep those. There. Oh, right, I meant to dismantle stuff. Well, now that we've got... Now, that's perfect then. We'll just dismantle this stuff. See what we get for dismantling, you know. Blue stuff. Salvage dealer, huh? What's he got salvaged? I guess nothing worth anything. I always forget that you can't go through the front door. Okay, so... Oh, I guess the idea is that you just buy junk from him and put it in here. What, I can't salvage that? Why not? The inventor has not yet learned this ability. What? Component parts and augments from items. So what's that then? Is that what this guy does? Yeah, I'm not really understanding what's going on here.
Come see what's left.
Clearly. Nothing really good. I'm trying to think of where the heck you craft stuff. It's probably incredibly obvious and I'm just being dim. You know? I didn't want to... There we go. You know, hold on. I'm actually going to use my phone. Realistically. Yes, just one moment. Just wait for it. Hold on. It's working. It's working. Hold on. Blacksmith. Okay, so I should have that guy available. right? Yeah, Smith. Did I not do the quest? Okay, I guess I didn't do the quest. Alright, well, I guess I'll go do that now. Wow, I feel incredibly dim. Where is that? I want to say it's the Whitemire. You got a chi. Ugh. No. Of course, it's Burwich outskirts. Where's that at? Yeah, right here. No, because of course it's here. It's these guys. So we talk to them.
Hello, traveler.
He says if we find ourselves going about these parts, we need to locate somebody. Angrim, this guy's teacher, left their camp. He's intent on finding survivors that he deems worthy of their smithing talents. Okay, there's one thing that I know for a fact I need to check out real quick. Because I know there's a qualitative difference between Angrim or him. Okay, hold on. My phone is being stupid. Okay. I'm just gonna leave that as that. I'm just gonna rescue him, because if I remember right, you can at some point enlist the services of the other, whichever one you choose. But yes, it's a choice between the two, which kind of stinks. What are you doing here, pal? What are you doing here? That's not okay, and that witch doctor needs to die immediately. No, pal, you don't get to run away. That's why whenever I made that comment about being able to reach out and touch somebody, what is going on? Who just healed him? Okay. Whatever. But that's why whenever I made that comment, I think of the first video that one of the advantages of range is so you get to reach out and touch somebody. I was making a cryptic reference to the fact that there are enemies that will just flat run from you. They will actually legit just run away from you. Man, I'm gonna have to clear my way to him. That stinks. Well, I guess that'll give my phone time to stop being stupid. Up. Not today, guys. Okay. Now I'll look at my phone. Okay, here we go. Yes, Angrim or Duncan, that's what I was looking for. If my phone will load, this one question, and then I will actually restart my phone in case that's the issue. It's just been on for too long. Wow, this is the longest my phone has ever taken to load anything. I know this is riveting content. Okay, so Angram. Good. I'm like resetting my phone. I swear, man. Okay. So I need to select Angram. The reasoning is apparently that Angram is more for, it's, okay, let me rephrase that. It's like apparently Duncan is more for characters that use, spirit, that use, like, energy, right? And Angram is more for characters that, basically don't use magic. And since we're playing as one button man, we should probably go with Angram. I'm going to investigate this further once I've reset my phone, and I can ask the internet in more specific detail what each one gives.
I can't do that yet. Move along now, stranger.
Yeah, okay. Well, I guess I'll just take him. Oh, come on. Come on. Why did my guy go nowhere with that dodge? What is that? Okay. Excellent. So Angram should be back here somewhere, yes. Yeah, glad you decided to join us. So here's the crafting stuff. Let's go to the guns. The eye, huh? Rotating rifle. We just need scrap. Okay. And then the eye takes... Required player level 30. Yeah. Okay. Let's try making one of these. It's terrible. Oh, 100% armor piercing. That's interesting, but yeah, okay. Now that I know it's exactly what it says on the tin, I would rather put that into two-handed guns. Okay. A little bit better. A little bit better. Okay, it's enough garbage. Like I'm just gonna dump this in here for whenever we get the crafting. I think I want to equip that. Yeah, we can just dismantle this stuff. In a way, it's worth it for that, right? That we have stuff that we can dismantle for later, like just scrap fodder. Like literally turning scrap into usable scrap, I guess. I'm not spending 3,700 iron for plus 6 damage a second. That's dim.
Iron well spent.
Just for my own stupid curiosity,
I do the best I can with what I've got.
I want to try getting an enchanted crossbow, just one. Okay, yeah. Still super terrible. I don't know why I did that. Other than, like I said, curiosity. Okay, well that was a fine waste of scrap. Very glad I did that. And by very glad I did that, I mean I'm glad that I know now never to do that again. Basically. That was worthless. Alright, well, our little detour is... Well, my little detour is going to cost us some travel time. So, let's just get back to it, where we last were. Why are there spiders here? You know, I feel like that's a relevant question in a lot of situations, but specifically, why are there spiders here again? I cleared this place out. Well, no, actually I did go through here, didn't I? Yeah. I was gonna say, like, oh, maybe I just, cleared the map around here, didn't actually, but no, I've been through here. Yeah, I definitely was through there. What gives? Yeah, I was definitely here. I don't know why there's spiders here. I mean, not that I'm like... I'm not put out by that. Rare two-handed ranged. Flesh-warped carbine of thunder, huh? 57% physical damage converted to aether damage. Might as well have told me that it converted to pudding damage. Yes, you will be shooting chocolate pudding at your enemies. Get all the way out of here with that. Alright, I think we can finish these mobs off. And... Game? That should have been the last guy connected to that shrine. What gives? Okay. I think the shrine is bugged out, folks. Yeah, I think it bugged out. Okay then. Pretty sure I was already in that room. I don't know why. Again, there's more spiders. I'm not complaining. I'm just genuinely baffled with this. Just like I'm baffled at why that shrine is just... Yeah. Yeah, like, why is this guy? Oh, no, this guy. Okay, yeah. How did he end up back here? I thought they were supposed to walk back to the shrine whenever they got disconnected. That's kind of odd. And I don't know why I'm standing in the aether fire. That's bad. I shouldn't have done that. Oh, this is a jolly welcome. Nice. It will never not be satisfying, and I'm gonna make this comment an infinite amount of times. I just love a bunch of stuff in a line exploding. I just love the like linear repeating explosion thing. But yeah, that makes sense as to why this was still. Yeah, those guys were over there who were still leashed to it. +2 to fighting form. Am I going to give up 12% poison and acid, vitality, and elemental resistance for that? I think the honest answer is no. But it does give plus 11% chaos resistance. And if you haven't noticed, I don't really have that much. I'll see what that does to my resistances. For now, I think it's more important to have the fighting form buff and the chaos resistance. Especially because I think I'm about to go take on that place that we got that strange key for. That I told you I would show. That we've already been. Wow, that's a whole lot of dudes. that's a full. That's standing room only. Somebody must have told them that they had free coffee and finger sandwiches. That's what led to that. They thought there was gonna be a whole like free luncheon. Speaking of, we could go get that rat. We could go get that ration over there, but I'm not really sure how wise an idea that is. To go all the way over there for a ration that might actually be better used here in a minute, since we're going to be dealing with apparently a cavalcade of jerks. I'll just sit here and tank some of this, since it's not like threatening amounts of damage yet. Oh, that's a fury. We can't just stand there and take it from them. Alright. Make sure the side room's cleared. Okay, well, I'm glad there's a wall there. Now, the green stuff on the floor in there will do damage to us. It's just straight up acid. Like, melt your feet acid. Like, hydrofluoric with an F. Acid. Hydrochloric acid is the acid you got on your stomach. Hydrofluoric acid is the kind of acid that will skeletonize you and then blacken the bones. This is kind of the latter. Yeah. Now I'm gonna be real. I'm no chemist. Let me say that. I just know that hydrofluoric is a lot worse than hydrochloric, as far as I'm aware. And also, as far as I'm aware, fluoride mixed with a lot of stuff makes a lot of nasty, awful stuff. I don't know what it is about fluoride that you know, take it out of toothpaste and mix it with anything, apparently, and you get awful stuff. I mentioned toothpaste because that's the only thing I can think of that has fluoride in it. That isn't, you know, deadly. I mean, I'm sure if you ate enough toothpaste, it would probably be bad for you, but you get what I'm saying. It's not going to melt it's not gonna melt your teeth out of your gums. Like, rather, it's not gonna melt, you get what I mean. It's not gonna melt your gums such that you lose your teeth. Like some of the stuff that fluoride makes. Oh, that was a lot of damage. There's a lot of like little ambushes. I don't know what's up with that. I mean, it makes more sense if you consider that the game originally didn't, like, not everybody had the dash. I'm gonna keep calling it the dash, but the dodge dash thing, like, only one class had that, and it was an active ability. It used to be, but, you know, thankfully the game devs kind of realized that the game, you know, it not being an actual ability, but just a part of the game, same as the potions, was kind of the way to go. And honestly, that was like the biggest complaint I had for the longest time, and it was the only complaint I had with the game, was that it did not have that. Because it felt, from the first time I played it, every time I played it until they added that, like, that should have just been a part of the game, this. Like, that just should have been a part of the game. And I'm so glad that they did add it. Okay, well, I think this is it. Yeah, see, food ration. Just go ahead and eat that. Why not? I mean, I got a snack. It's only fair that our guy gets a snack, right? Okay, walk around here and then carefully navigate the belt melting, the boot melting. That was my brain combining boot and melt into belt. Yes, the belt mooting room. Yeah, anyway. Yeah, shoot the door. Take out your frustrations. One button man. Now, this area is actually a lot more interesting. Okay, I guess that is the default camera angle. I'm not really worried about that damage because we're, like, kind of safe. You know what I mean? We're not really in anywhere where it's gonna be a problem. I'm trying to remember. I thought that's how you got in there. I could have swore on my my double pistol guy, he had to come in over here. Look, I'm not the best guy when it comes to memorizing stuff like that, so. Alright. As you can see, there's a grate here. We might have been able to get past if instead of a grate, it was just a mid. But, you know, it's too high quality for that, for us to just get through it by breaking it down. Okay! Gentlemen, that's not acceptable. That kind of behavior is not okay. Okay, let's see if we can just get rid of this guy ASAP. Okay, got our potion back up. Just thud away at him. See how many of the ads drop. All of them. Excellent. Man, my stomach is giving me heck. Yeah. Hey, look, another crafting recipe. The Bounty Hunter's Girdle. Oh, it gives plus 5% experience gain. I'll have to remember that. I'll probably actually want to put that on. We're probably not going to get better stuff for a while. Oh! Well, that much more armor, I'm just going to put that on. Yeah. Plus, it kind of looks cool. Our guy kind of looks cool like that. And you know, fashion is like a big deal. It's morale and all that, or something or other. Let's just potion tank this onslaught. You know, if you deal with an onslaught, does that make it an off slot? Or an out slot? Or an under slot? I don't like that. From that one angle, that looked like you could just walk through it. I don't like that. Look, I'm not saying that that wasn't just me failing an IRL perception check, like on my computer screen. I'm just saying. I didn't appreciate that. Okay, to get like quasi-serious for a moment, we only have 4 more levels until level 40, and then that's 26, obviously, and then 4 more levels, so 8 levels to get to the stuff that's going to be our main sources of damage. So level 30. I want to do that. I want to just cram every skill point. I want to hope that we can start getting some of the Kraken devotion stuff to make up for the damage that's going to be lost by not putting skill points into the damage skills and perks that we have available. That's kind of my cross-eyed, you know, goofy plan. My polka dot bow tie, cross-eyed with a funny manner of speaking kind of plan. Like I'm gonna pretend is workable and big brain, and not like that one guy from Fallout New Vegas, Mr. Fantastic, where it's just a guy coming up with stuff that he thinks might work instead of actually doing the research and knowing what will work. Okay, giant silverfish. That's what these things remind me of, silverfish. Like, just looking at them. Oof. That's a lot of just puddles of acid. Ugh. And of course there's a spike spider. Numerous spike spiders that we can turn into chunky salsa, spider salsa. More spider salsa ingredients. Excellent. El Paso thirsts for your coppery blood. I was trying to think like what, because I know that spiders don't have hemoglobin. They have like whatever copper would be, because the heme and hemoglobin is like the iron thing. It's something else like copper globin. I don't know. I don't know what the ye olde term for copper is. I just know that instead of heat, it's something else, globin or whatever. Okay. Just more, loot. More fodder for the... Well, if I'm gonna be real, more fodder just for sell purposes, like sailing. Nah, I mix up saleable and selling purposes for sailing. I mean, I guess you could use some of this stuff for sailing if you were desperate. I mean, I'm sure plenty of these pieces of armor, you know, you could, like, scrap the fabric and knit a sail out of it if you wanted. I don't know where you'd get the volleyball, though, for your traveling companion on such adventures. It just hit me. Did they name Wilson in Don't Starve after Wilson the volleyball in that one movie with Tom Hanks? I think it was Tom Hanks, wasn't it? Did I just miss that reference by a decade? Wow. If they didn't, they should say they did. Like, Clay Entertainment, like, the people there should say that they did it for that reason if they didn't. Good grief. You know, I've played Don't Starve, and I haven't played it in ages. It was a game that, like, I played a certain amount of it, and I just kind of went, yeah, you know... Like, at some point, I just kind of played it and went, what am I doing? It's one of those games where once you stop and you go, wow, my life is an infinite forward progression of, like, infinitesimal moments that I'll never get back, and right now I'm spending them walking around grabbing grass and twigs. You get, like, I got that, like, existential dread playing that game, like, having those kind of thoughts, and it just ruined it for me. And I haven't played it since the last time I tried, which was years and years ago. Like, don't get me wrong, like, if you enjoy that game, and I can understand how people enjoy that game, it's just that my brain won't let me anymore. It's like I try to play it, and I'm just reminded, like, yeah? This is a game where you lose everything whenever you bite the big one, and you can spend a ridiculous amount of hours playing it, and then just have that happen due to random BS. Like, yeah. Yeah, I'd rather just skip all that, you know? Like that kind of awful emotion. Okay, so I could have sworn you could open that grate right there, but maybe it's something that you open later on, like that you activate later on, and it opens all of them, because I know there's another, like, grate coming up. Let's just go back through here for a minute. I want to complete the whole map, as usual, on this character, but also I desperately am hoping to find, like, actually decent loot. Just a weapon replacement before we get to the act boss. Also, again, any amount of XP that we can get along the way, just to get that little bit much more health and damage from the just flat mastery levels. Because I'll remind you that the cunning and spirit upgrades at least upgrade damage in some sense. Anyway, let's get ready to weep over our poor choices. Okay, this one ain't that bad. This ain't that bad. Okay, it's bad. It's bad. I need to make sure that I'm not going to get stuck in a dead end. Okay, good. It looks like they got stuck in the door. Excellent. The bad news is they are no longer stuck in the door. I just don't want Biggie over there hitting me with his huge mitts. Because he's going to do a ton of damage if he gets his claws on One Button Man's very timid and frail frame. Oh, I didn't realize this just formed a loop. That's excellent. Alright, great. Let's play Ring Around the Buttholes. just lead them around in a circle. Alright, pal. Just follow me. Just continue following me. Yep, right this way, sir. Excellent, thank you. Awesome. Well, nothing relevant. Cool looking gloves. +2 to Zolhan's technique. Dude. Yes. Yes. I'm guessing that that's for the Nightblade Soldier Cross class. Whatever, man. It suits me just fine. I want to keep blues that, and maybe some greens too, that we're not using just so. What's this? Adept's hood. Yeah. Okay. But yes, I want to keep blues and greens that we're not using to deconstruct later. Just for the crafting thing, because I've never really interacted with the crafting, and I get this vibe that I should. I'm not sure why, but I get the vibe that I definitely should. Like, it's not a bad idea. So, let's get back to the home base. Let me check the time. Going to definitely have to, cut the video soon, it looks like. Yeah, let's shove some of those greens and blues in the... I'm not sure if I want to keep too many greens. I want to keep small greens. Like, this thing can definitely kick rocks. We're not keeping that. Stuff like this, where it's like a 3x1, I'm kind of okay with a 2x2. Yeah, check this out, by the way. 10,000 iron bits to purchase a storage expansion. Okay. 50,000 iron bits to purchase a storage expansion. No. No, I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'll keep like this. It would be best if I... Oh, yeah, you know. A ribbon. Where was the ribbon that I wanted to... This. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Like these. That seems good. Oh, there was another one of these. Shockwave Sash. I just like the +5 experience gain on that. There's only so much room in here. So like I said, I'm reticent to put greens in there that aren't like manageable like this. Right?
I'll keep an eye on this.
What would be great is to get a bunch of green daggers. That would probably just be the best. I might be able to buy some from this guy, but I'm not sure how I feel about that. That feels a little too Gothlon from Dark Souls 2 kind of stuff, like I'm wheeling and dealing. Like I'm not really a fan of that. Because iron actually has uses for progression in this game, so I'm not really sure I want to be wheeling and dealing it all out the door. Yeah, nothing's replacing our current magic amulet for some time. Ditto for the belt, honestly. Yeah, it would have to be a pretty ridiculous belt for me to consider putting it on instead of what we've got. 41 to 139. That's... I guess that's the difference with the blunderbuss. Is that it's the midway point between the crossbow and the revolving cannon. I'm just looking for green numbers at this point. I don't think I'm going to see any in here. Yeah. Let's go over to the melee stuff. Could I buy green? No. I could buy green like 1 to 3 things, but look at that. It's cost 26,000. Cost 59,000. Get out of here.
Put it to good use.
I wouldn't buy that if it made me pudding. Get out of here. I wouldn't buy that if it cooked me breakfast every morning for 59,000. Get out of here. That dude's lost his mind. No, I ain't buying that. What's the deal with me coming back and the spiders are... What is going on? Alright, whatever. Get in the jar. Get in the salsa jar. El Paso thirsts. Seriously, if I can, like, get one of these and then name it, like, give it a custom name, I'm naming it El Paso. I'm telling you now. If I can name a gun El Paso, I'm naming it El Paso. El Paso Chunky Hot. Okay, I'm gonna cut the video soon. Let's just get up here and see if we get ambushed by any more mysteriously appearing spiders. Alright. I think that's a good, you know, that's a good spot to leave off. We'll be back with more chunky salsa.